Okay, let's make some progress on this thing, shall we? What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. We've got quite a few little things to do today. Some changes to the setup, some other things, but yeah, let's get right to it. All right, so first off, I went through and stuck all my O-rings that go on the AC lines that we have here where they're supposed to go. I have one that goes right into here, but I'm not gonna take that apart just to change that O-ring, so I'm gonna leave it just like it is. So yeah, I'm gonna pop those O-rings on there and we should be good to go to get these lines attached down there. So these are all color coded on STM's website, so if you go to their site and search that part number, if you're needing to replace these O-rings, it has like a list of them there and it tells you which ones are which, and this one is the purple one on that list, so I have it marked purple. So we'll put it right here on this line that goes like such. I just went through and cleaned this thing up, took the Scotch-Brite to it, got the pipe all looking nice and fresh, and so yeah, this thing looks good as new. So let me get this thing on here and we'll pop this hose on. Now I may need to go over there and get the other compressor so I can get the, I think I have the bolts that mounts these lines together and everything still on that, so I might have to go over there and get that. A little bit of pressure in there, y'all. I don't know that these O-rings really need to be replaced, but I figured the car is getting pretty old and the AC didn't work when I got it, but it had a hole in the condenser. But I figure while I'm here, everything's torn apart, it wouldn't hurt to throw in some new O-rings, right? And it goes right like that. Now, let me go get that hardware and we should be solid. Can I reuse these? That would be handy if I could use these. Huh, look at that. I can reuse those. I'm gonna use those bolts. This one is the blue one, 3/4 inch. Okay, and then off you come. More pressurization. See, I don't know if it's good to reuse these other bolts because the ones that were on it has like a lock washer and stuff on there. I'm gonna check the length here. That one is considerably shorter. I may go try to find that other nut. We can get all the unwanted schmutz off of this. There's some fluid coming out. I don't know how much more I could have drained this thing, but oh well. Oh yeah, that bolt's all the way down. All right, I'm gonna use the old bolts just because they're the proper length, etc. All right, sweet. Now I'm just gonna do this one that comes off of this hard line. They don't really seem that bad, like they're not dry rotted or nothing like that. So like I say, this is probably not needed in the slightest, but oh well. Okay, so we went ahead and popped on this power steering line that runs right through here. A little bit of a pain, had to get it like under this stuff I've already ran, so that was kind of a hassle, but we got it under there. Goes down to this hose right here, and that runs to the power steering cooler that runs along the front of the car there. So we got one more hose to run from right here to the tank itself, and so we'll hop on that here soon, but right now I want to move on to something else. Now I would like to move on to doing more wiring. Yay! I know everyone is, if you've been following along, you're probably tired of seeing wiring, but it's very tedious, and we need to repin. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, the camera's a little high. We need to repin all of our injector clips or connectors, because they're all like broken like that. They're all broken like this, and so we're gonna replace all those clips and we should be good to go to plug them up after that. So we got 4 new connectors here, and so I will get to depinning those connectors and repinning them into the new ones.
Intricate wiring.
All right, so we went from super cruddy, poopy, broken connectors to a brand new connector, wire loom. Everything is nice and sealed up, heat protection, all that kind of stuff. So we are good to clip these things where they're supposed to go, which is right back there. Okay, next up, if you remember in the last video, I was talking about the oil feed line going to the turbo and it being a little too close for my liking with the water line there in the front. I'll throw it up on the screen here as I'm talking, but I ordered a new one, but I don't think that one's gonna work either now that I've got it here and I'm looking at it. So I'm gonna tinker with this a little bit and maybe reach out to someone and see what I can do here and go from there. One of you guys, I can't remember if it was on here or on Instagram, but somebody said that they thought their oil feed line went out the back. And so I never heard that before. And I guess I was kind of caught in the thought process of like it came off this way, so it has to go back that way, because looking back at the old photos from taking the car apart for my references, it came out the front. So I was like, it has to go back that way, right? And I was a little bit worried about the heat if I ran it out the back like that. And so I got a hold of Tyler at AGT, talked to him a little bit and asked him about that and about the heat and everything. He said it'd be fine. He runs his that way. He likes to run them that way. And so I'm going to go ahead and run it out the back, and we should be good to go. All right, first off, gotta get these things, get the old line off of there. So I've got just a gaggle of crush washers. So as unfortunate, as it is, these crush washers, I don't feel comfortable reusing them. So I'm just gonna put new ones on there. I probably would be fine using them, but I just don't wanna risk a leak. So yeah, these things definitely have a distinct like impression on them. So yeah, new ones it is. I mean, it is much cleaner and it does work. So yeah, there you go. Oil feed line out the back. Well, would you look at here at what just showed up, our titanium stud kit. So that means we can install our O2 housing. Look at this beauty. All this stuff is supposed to be brand new. It should be going on super smooth. It's not. We have the turbo off and we're trying to get this thing on here. And let me just show you real quick what I just pulled out. I could not get those studs to go into the thing whenever I had it on the car. So I had to take this thing off because I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I pulled out with a pick, had to stick it way back in there, but I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Man, those dogs are going nuts. It looks like a whole piece of a thread, like off of a bolt that was in there, was about halfway in. And yeah, obviously the stud's not going past that. So we finally got that out of there. So now the studs went in easier. So cross our fingers this works. Also, guess what? Had to go to the store and buy another wrench to cut. We ground off like half of it up here, and then we had to shave off the top of it quite a bit so it would fit in this really tight spot on the O2 housing, but it worked perfectly. Whew, okay, a little while later, like half an hour or so, we got everything onto the car. Everything is back where it's supposed to be. We got the turbo installed, got the water lines hooked back up, got the feed line hooked up and tightened down to torque. This is down to torque now, everything's good to go there. And we got the O2 housing on there as well with the O2 sensor back there on also. So everything here is looking so good. Look at that. I think next up I want to attempt to put in the AC condenser. I bought one of these like 2 years ago now. It's been in the box in the garage ever since. So I'm gonna cross my fingers this thing works. I'm not sure that it's gonna. I don't think I was like 100% certain when I bought it, but they said it would fit at the auto parts store, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's try it. This thing it fits where it's supposed to go down here and the little mounts for it. But once you get it up into here, it goes where it's supposed to go and all that stuff, but then the lines just don't line up. This thing, it has to go in there so far because this line is like so high up. It like bumps into this bracket right here, and I can't, like, I've looked at so many images and this is where this clips in. So I mean, this is where it goes. That's how the line runs, that's where it runs to. There is nowhere else to put it. It's just off by like a ½ an inch. Once it's sitting into this section back into here, we're off by like this much from where this line mounts to the condenser. This one's on just like a flimsy hose, so that one can go wherever, but this thing is off by like that much. I want to tinker with it a little bit and see what I can figure out, but right now it's not looking like it fits. I'm not sure why it's not fitting. If it fits that closely, like it bound to be, like I wouldn't think that, like if this was for a regular Lancer, I wouldn't think it would be off that much really, because a lot of the parts are interchangeable, but it could be like non-turbo maybe? I don't know, we'll see if we can figure it out. Yeah, so it's in there, but I've got the line in there, but it's so far out from where it has to mount to. There's like, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a 1/2 inch of gap on both sides here. I just don't know. I think these guys over here, these little rubber things, right there, it's not sitting all the way down in there. This thing's so flimsy, like you can bend those arms super easy. I bent them a little bit, but it's still not sitting all the way down in there, and I think that's part of the problem. So I might try to bend those or like shave off some of that rubber so it fits down in there a little bit more, and maybe it'll sit down where it's supposed to so it fits over there. But yeah, I unfortunately do not have the time to try to take care of that today though. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one here. I'm gonna definitely try to trim off some of that rubber and try to get it to sit down farther on those brackets. I think that will work. We did get a lot done today though. I'm happy with how much we got. We got all the wiring. Basically, aside from putting the wiring in some places where I want it to go really, all the wiring is done. Everything is connected now. And so that is super exciting. And so we got everything up here done, manifold, turbo, all the way down to the downpipe, but we can't do the downpipe just yet because it goes under the subframe, I do believe, if I remember correctly. Next up, we just have radiator, intercooler piping, all that kind of stuff. Button some things up, make sure everything's good to go, and then we are moving right along. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much. As always, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.